We are going to start with a foam roller. And that should really be all you need today. So grab your foam roller, we're gonna get going. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start face down. So we're gonna start by rolling out our quads. And what you're gonna do is get into a plank position with the foam roller about mid-thigh. And you're gonna think about rolling all the way up to the top of your thigh and all the way down to about 1 inch to 2 inches above the knee. We don't want to irritate any knee structures. So once you've rolled 2 or 3 times, I'm going to have you reset. You're going to place your one leg over the other, and this time I am focusing on the left side. Now we want to keep the intensity at about a 5 to 6 out of 10. So you might have to place your down leg, the toe of your down leg on the ground to offset some weight through your quad if you're particularly sensitive, which I am. So I'm going to place my toe on the ground to get some weight through that as well, so it's not as intense and I can keep in my goal range. So I'm going to do 10 rolls straight up and down, so all the way to the top of my thigh, all the way back down. And once I get to 10, I'm going to rotate a little bit to target another one of the heads of the quad. So quad is a quadricep. It's named that because it has 4 heads of the muscle. So quad 4. So we're going to have to target the different muscles to get the best results today. So now what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you turn your body. So big thing I want to focus on is not rolling completely laterally over the IT band. The IT band is just going to cause you pain. In the literature, it is shown that it is very difficult to get mobility through the IT band by placing pressure on it itself. But we can get nice mobility and a release, if you want to call it that, through the IT band by targeting things adjacent to it. So if you think about rolling your quad or your thigh at about a 45-degree angle, so not 90 degrees or perpendicular into the side of your quad or thigh where the IT band lays, but more at 45 degrees, you can get that outside quad head so that you can mobilize correctly without just causing pain. Come into what looks like a traditional IT band roll, but you're going to place the front hand down so that you can rotate your pelvis about 45 degrees. And then you're able to get on that lateral quad more appropriately. And you're going to do it 10 times up and down. So as you're rolling, keep thinking if there's any sensitive spots that are more pinpoint. We're going to come back to those. And then once you get to 10, you're going to switch sides. So come into a right-sided quad roll now. So you're placing weight into the foam roller by crossing over your legs, going all the way down to the top of your thigh, and then all the way to the top of your knee, about 1 inch to 2 inches above. And you're rolling 10 times and breathing and trying to relax as much as your body as you can. And crawling up and down here. Once you get to 10, you're going to come into that 45-degree angle, rotating down a little bit so you can get proper structure, and then all the way down to right above the knee, and then all the way up to right above the hip, staying away from any bones while you do this. Get ready on 10 reps. Once you get to 10, we are going to do your adductors and medial quads. So this is going to look a little different. So you're going to scoot the foam roller out to the side so that you can have one leg free and one leg on the foam roller. I like to turn my foam roller at a bit of an angle to really get more of the upper adductor and the upper quad. So I'm going to scoot it in underneath my upper leg. I'm going to place weight through my forearms and then press down and roll up. So same thing here. You're wanting to get pretty far down, but not onto the knee itself. So stop about 1 inch above, and then all the way down, all the way to the top of your adductor, right where it meets your pelvis. You're going to get full adductor, and you're going to rotate your foot up just slightly to get full quad too. So medial quad and your adductors there, we're going to get them at the same time. So just keep rotating your foot down to get more adductor for a roll, up to get more quad for a roll, down adductor, full roll, and then up with a foot, more quad for a full roll. And again, you're going to just do this 10 times. And then you're going to switch sides. Try to keep your foot nice and relaxed even as it's rotating down and up. Probably saw mine try to jump into action there. Once you get done, let's switch sides. So, same thing here. I am going to put my foam roller at a little bit of an angle, scoot it underneath my leg, make sure my downside is free of any foam roller so I can move my body a little bit easier. And then I'm rolling all the way down and all the way up at an angle. And then roll once with your foot down, roll completely once with your foot up. So you're lifting your foot by rotating your hip so that your foot is, the bottom of your foot is toward the ceiling so you can get more of your quad. And then you rotate it down so your foot is almost relaxing on the ground so you can get your adductor. Rotate up, rotate down. Gotta love these awkward positions that foam rolling asks us to get into. Good, keep going for 10 times. You might have already gotten there. And now we are going to do more of a release technique for the area that we just rolled. So if you're feeling any tension or have felt any tension during this, we're going to go back to the front or down the middle of your quad and the lateral side of your quad before we get into the interior portions. So what you're going to do is, if you're really sensitive like I am, we'll start there. And you're going to roll around a wee bit until you find 10 spots. So my 10 spots are on the same line of my quad, so they're adjacent to they're directly across from each other, I should say. So I can keep both legs on and place my weight, my toes aren't on the ground, through the foam roller while I breathe. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my legs up and extend down. Now you might feel some bending in your back or some undue pressure on your back. If that's the case, you're going to keep one leg down and you're going to do one at a time. Pulling up as far as it can go and down as far as you can go. Switching up, down. Now you're going to do that 5 times once you've found a tender point. If you have asymmetry in the quads, you are going to get on one leg until you find a spot that is particularly tender. Your opposite foot is going to have your opposite leg is going to have its foot on the ground, and you're going to bend and straighten, bend and straighten through the opposite side. So goal is to pin down the tense spot and then take your muscle through its full range of motion. So once you get to 5 reps on one side, we're going to switch sides, do 5 reps on the other. And then I'm going to show you how to get that interior side of your quad. So remember that if you're doing some soft tissue over near the IT band, you don't want to be directly on the IT band. So checking the muscle at that 45-degree angle is a good idea. And then pinning it down, keeping in the 5 to 6 out of 10 intensity, then bending and straightening the leg while you breathe. All right, 5 reps there. Now, for the inner portion of your thigh, you're going to get in the same position you were. You're going to turn the foam roller at a little bit of an angle. You're going to slide it under your leg. You're going to find the area of tension by rotating your foot up toward the ceiling or down toward the ground. Then you're going to place weight through the foam roller until you reach that nice 5 out of 6 intensity. You're going to breathe. And then once you've pinned down in a relaxed state, extend your leg and bend your leg. Extend your leg and bend your leg 5 times. Nice. Let's switch sides. Foam rollers at an angle. I'm going to roll to find some tender points. I'm going to try with my foot up toward the ceiling or down toward the floor to really get to the most tender points first. And then extend and straighten. So think about like a weakest link situation. We're going to want to correct the weakest link first and then kind of travel down the line of the chain sequentially. So I'm going to find the weakest point. I'm going to find the most sensitive point. It's not really weak, sensitive. I'm going to address that and then move down from there. So once you get to 5 reps, you can pause the video at any time, do some more pin and release or pin and stretch techniques, and then we can get going again. But we're going to go on for time and do the next exercise. So this is an adductor rock back. So we did a variation of this in the the hamstring mobility routine when we did medial hamstring rock backs. This is an adductor rock back. So you're going to start in the same position as you were in that routine. So you're going to be in that bear hold position. You're going to extend your leg out to the side. Your knee is going to be directly under your hip, and your wrist, elbow, and shoulder are going to be in line. Foot is going to be down toward the ground, and you're going to maintain that. So when we did hamstrings, we rotated up to target more of that inner hamstring. This time we're going to keep it rotated down to target all of the muscle group of the adductor. And so keeping the toe down, toes pointed forward, everything in nice alignment. You're going to relax the foot that is on the down leg and keep the top of the foot on the ground. Then you're going to rock back within your available range of motion. Rock up, rock back. I'm going to do 10 of these. You're just going to do nice fluid motions. 1 second back to 2 seconds back, 1 second up to 2 seconds up. Keeping this knee nice and straight, keeping the foot on the ground. Once you get to 10, you're going to switch sides. I'm going to switch positions so you can see this a little bit better. So I'm in a bear position. All my joints are nice and nicely aligned. My knee is straight, my foot is on the ground. My back foot, the top of it is on the ground, so I can come down into the full rock back and then back up. Again, you might feel some asymmetry from side to side. That's important to note and to think about and consider integrating some exercises that proactively help resolve some asymmetry to reduce the likelihood of those asymmetries affecting anything down the line. So a niggle, an injury, performance outcome, whatever it might be. Wanting to resolve things to make sure your body is at its best when you need it to be. Which is all the time, because who wants to be injured? Who doesn't want to do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it? And so treating our body with kindness, just assessing it, seeing what it needs, and providing that is important.